Hi guys. Today we are going to work on drafting our chapters. So yesterday we started off working on the table of contents, and today we're going to take the table of contents and basically create what would be our drafts for each chapter. So like what type of information you want to put in and how you want to present that information. So we are going to get started right. Okay. There are different structures you can use when creating your chapters. So you can create your chapters in a problem solution way, chronologically, boxes and bullets, classifications, definitions. So basically, our problem solution is what like problem people are facing and what the solution may be, putting things in order. Boxes and bullets is another favorite because it's more of a list. Classification, putting things into categories, and then definition, which is giving really important words for the topic. So I noticed that as I was looking over this list, I was like, oh, this is 100% something we've already done. So in yesterday's video for girls' education for the table of contents, I rewrote out the chapters. And as I was looking at it, I was like, oh, okay, well, girls are denied an education. That's a big problem. How can we help? That's a solution. Very similar to plastic pollution, which I'm noticing is what a lot of you guys are doing. You guys are doing like how pollution is affecting our environment. So that's a problem. How we can help stop this problem. So a lot of you guys who are doing plastic pollution are kind of gearing towards a problem solution. Any way you want to present this information is 100% fine. It's really up to you. So I just wanted to show you that we did that ourselves. Now, within your chapters, there's a lot of things that have to go in them. Now, Mr. P and myself were talking a lot about this, probably right before I filmed this video. When you guys are writing your informational chapters, it says here to write in paragraphs. We have mixed feelings about this. Mr. P and I believe that there should be paragraphs within your writing, but it doesn't have to be all paragraphs, okay? When you look at a book, do you want to look at a book that's just straight up paragraphs after paragraph after paragraph? No, it becomes very daunting. And when you're looking for information on something specifically, you're not going to read through a whole paragraph. You want to see like little fact boxes, picture boxes, and things like that. So we want you to write in paragraphs, but we also want you to make it appealing, okay? You want to make it appealing to your audience. Cite examples from the text, quoting parts of the text. So when you guys are doing your, when you guys are giving evidence, you want to be able to cite examples, okay? You want to be able to quote parts of the text. People want facts, okay? You also want to give examples for several pieces of evidence, okay? You want to give evidence, I'm sorry. So if you're making a certain point, give an example for it. Give another example for it. You also want to include evidence that reflects the ways your evidence proves your point. So you want to analyze that evidence. So right here, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to where we talked about giving lots of evidence. You guys have so many sources on the computer that we gave you guys, so many resources. That is a great way. You're pulling from all different sources, and that's how you're going to provide your evidence. So in one text, they say this. In another text, they say something else. And that makes your reading that much more interesting. So the last thing I want to bring up to you guys today is basically if you have a strong table of contents, today you want to start drafting your chapters. You can also plan for a mini table of contents within each chapter. Now, I know that sounds like, well, what are you talking about, Ms. Constance? That sounds crazy. Well, it's really not. So if we go back to this chapter on Malala, girls are being denied an education, right? Well, we can make a sub-chapter. So within girls being denied an education, girls denied education, there are a lot of things we can talk about here. We can talk about where this is happening, how this is happening, and we can talk about why this is happening. These are all things that can go within this chapter. So you can have little sections, a where section, a how section, a why section, okay? And last but not least, I came up with this idea with another student, but another way to kind of present a page, and this is like a random page on habitats, but I just want to show you like ways that your information can also be presented. So if let's say your chapter is all about habitats, you can put a picture of an animal in their habitat, different animals, and put where that animal is, what the habitat is, and a picture of the animal there. And what you could also do, so it's not just photos. If you want to talk about animals' habitats, you can have like these little boxes around it that have facts in them. And this is very appealing to the eye. People are going to want to see things like this. So it's not, this is what we're talking about, not just like straight paragraphs. You can do like text boxes, a text box here with like a few sentences, text box, not textbook. Text box here with a few sentences. You want to make it so that people want to look into your book and want to dive through it, okay? So I just wanted to show you this as one example, and each day I'll kind of show you guys a few more examples of ways you can present your pages, okay? But today and tomorrow is just drafting, because we want you guys to start putting out your chapters, to start gathering all that information before we start anything else, okay? If you have any questions, we will be around. Just let us know.